Sophie Cunningham showed that she is, the old Caitlin Clark enforcer. She is the Caitlin Clark enforcer. That has been shown. She is the enforcer that the Fever have needed for the last year, and she has responded.
What does it take to make an entire league think twice? Sophie Cunningham has just redefined the enforcer role in the WNBA. From the moment Caitlin Clark hit the floor, Sophie transformed into the fiercest presence the league has seen. It started with an eye poke that ignited a rivalry and led to her stepping up as Clark's ultimate protector. But what really happened during that explosive game, and why is everyone still talking about it? The truth might surprise you.
Right, this is what happens. You've got competitive women who are the best in the world at what they do, right? And when you allow them to play physical and you allow these things to happen, they're going to compete. And they're going to have their teammates' backs. It's exactly what you expect, right? Out of fierce competition. So
the game against the Connecticut Sun hit its boiling point the moment Caitlin Clark went down. JCS Sheldon was guarding her tightly, reaching in with aggressive defense. Then came the swipe, quick but deliberate enough to leave a mark. Sheldon's hand struck Clark across the face, landing right in her eye. Clark immediately recoiled, her hand flying to her face. You could see her blinking hard, trying to shake it off, but the irritation in her expression said it all.
By the way, Sophie Cunningham, if she wanted to, it looked like Sophie Cunningham was about to throw some knees at her. Like, she had her in an MMA hold. Like, Sophie Cunningham could have got this MMA fight ended. She could have got this fight ended quickly. At the end of the day, look, it is revenge from this happening. So JC Sheldon gets Caitlin Clark in the eye, then belly bumps Caitlin, and then Marina Mabrey, as she's walking away, knocks her on her ass.
The crowd noticed. The players noticed. And Sophie Cunningham definitely noticed. At first, it seemed like just another play in a tough, physical game. But things escalated fast. Clark, never one to back down, gave Sheldon a small, instinctive nudge to create space. That was all it took. Marina Mabrey stepped in, and when she shoved Clark to the ground right after, everything changed. The shove wasn't subtle. Mabrey put her full weight into it, sending Clark crashing hard to the floor. It wasn't just basketball anymore.
I mean, she's a needle mover, and she's got an enforcer on the team now. And a black belt having Sophie Cunningham. Don't look now. The Fever are about to win WNBA title, just like they're about to win the Commissioner's Cup.
This year, they're taking no shit. It is so awesome to see.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm happy she's got Sophie on the team.
Yep.
She needed that.
Yeah.
She needed that on the team. And I wouldn't mind maybe some of the other members of the team, doing some stuff.
Here's the kicker. The refs didn't blow their whistles right away. No immediate call, just a wave of disbelief spreading across the court as Clark scrambled to her feet. You could practically feel the frustration building. Clark, Cunningham, the entire Fever roster. They weren't about to let this slide. That's when Sophie Cunningham made her move. And this wasn't some quiet show of support from a teammate. This was immediate, loud, and physical.
I think Caitlin and Sophie Cunningham, I think they are going to become must-watch. And I think it's good for the city of Indianapolis. But with that being said, the Fever know that they're targets.
Yeah.
Caitlin understands it at this point. And I love that she is yet to waver. It's just like, we're singular focus of next game, I'm getting better. Let's keep it.
Cunningham stepped right into the mix, closing the gap between herself and Mabrey like she was just waiting for a reason to defend her teammate. Her body language said everything, chest out, arms up, jaw locked. It was a warning and a promise all at once. Try that again, and you'll deal with me. The refs weren't quiet anymore. Technicals started flying. Clark got one, Mabrey another. And in that moment, Sophie Cunningham stepped into the spotlight as the emotional heartbeat of the chaos.
This is what happened with Sophie Cunningham. So Sophie Cunningham, she went and got revenge. Sophie Cunningham, JC Sheldon's driving to the basket. Sophie Cunningham takes her down. Normal enough take foul. Lindsay Allen gets her by the neck. Yeah, Sophie Cunningham has just shown that if you are going to do something to Caitlin, it's not going to be free anymore. It's not going to be free. Caitlin's not the one standing up for herself, because no offense, I would take JC Sheldon in a fight over Caitlin Clark. Because at the end of the day, JC Sheldon has nothing to lose. JC Sheldon can take a 5-game suspension. It makes no difference. What she posted as soon as it happened. This is in the locker room. This is before the game ended. Before the game ended, she comes out in the locker room and posts this. Like, what are we doing?
With her, there's no hesitation. The moment she senses even a hint of rough play aimed at her teammate, she's already moving. Her body language says it all. Head up, shoulders squared, fully alert, and ready to shut down anything that even looks like an unnecessary foul. And other teams are starting to notice. The way opponents approach matchups with the Fever is changing, especially when Caitlin Clark is on the floor. In the Fever's next game following that heated clash with the Sun, the shift was clear. Opponents weren't as quick to challenge Clark physically. You could see the hesitation, small but telling, creep into their movements when she drove into the lane or pulled up for a three. It's not that she became untouchable overnight, but Sophie Cunningham's looming presence forced players to think twice before crossing a line. And that's more than just an emotional boost for Clark. It's a strategic edge for the entire team.
Definitely the W, especially if Sophie Cunningham is going to continue to fight people for messing with Caitlin Clark, because it feels like Caitlin Clark is going to get treated in a certain way in this league for a long time. She's not a rookie anymore. Okay? She's already proved herself. She's won. And then there were some, ladies last night that were trying to go a little physical. Her teammates weren't jumping in there. They bring in Sophie Cunningham. I had no idea. Sophie Cunningham was a black belt at the age of 6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Boom!
Wow.
JC Sheldon, that's cute. You want to poke her in the eye, then push her into a boom Mabry thing? Go ahead. I'll take a take foul, and you'll eat the deck a little bit here.
Cunningham's actions highlight something deeper, a growing need for better protection of the league's most valuable players. The question now is whether the WNBA will step up, or if stars like Clark will always need someone like Sophie to stand in the gap. Either way, the Fever season has evolved into something bigger, a test of respect, accountability, and what it truly means to protect the game.